This is Rob Clay for TNI, and today we're taking a look at a toy line you probably had as a child, but had maybe forgotten about, like I had. These are Fisher-Price's Little People. Fisher-Price was founded in 1930 by Herman Fisher, Irving and Margaret Price, and Helen Shell. For the first 20 years of their existence, Fisher-Price toys were made almost exclusively of wood, much like every other toy manufacturer. But in the 1950s, the company discovered that plastic made for extremely safe, durable, and colorful toys. And it wasn't long afterwards that they created signature products like the corn popper and xylophone, which are still produced today. Then Little People came along in 1959. Immensely popular across generations of kids, the simple pin people were the stars of a world of playsets that gave them vehicles to drive, places to live and work, and probably the first action figures and playsets most of us ever encountered. The golden age of Little People is generally considered to last from 1959 until Fisher-Price was absorbed by Mattel. The style changed slightly, and like many other Fisher-Price toys, the transition was made from wood to plastic along the way. But the exact version I remember best, and you very likely do too, was produced for about 20 years, starting in 1965. As adult toy collectors, we tend to worry about articulation, sculpt, action features, but these guys are just solid plastic vehicles for wherever your young imagination wanted to take them. Also, admit it, you tried to chew on them. You were like 3, we've all been there. But since these become super collectible and they're on loan, and I'm almost 40, I'm obviously not doing that now. Looking at the playsets is what really hit me. Nostalgia is kind of a weird thing for me. I spend a lot of time around toy lines and characters from my childhood, but you tend to take it for granted because they're such a constant. Pop culture is eternal and ever-present now, so nostalgia doesn't really have as much meaning as a concept as it used to. But when I first saw these, something just clicked. I had a lot of these toys once, and had forgotten them almost entirely. But looking at them again, it all came back. The airport and plane, the village, I had this stuff, and more. These are loaded with the play feature equivalent of practical effects. Hand-cranked luggage carousels, elevators, sirens, all working just fine after 40 years or more. Unlike the electronic toy you forgot to take the batteries out of when you put it away when you were 10. These sets still work, by and large, and they still do a lot. And these sets were not shy about parts count. Furniture, vehicles, accessories, anything you can stick a peg in, or anything that fleshed out their world, the Little People had to play with. And just like full-sized people, Little People weren't alone in their play world. Dogs that can drive cars, horses, pink dragons. It's hard not to slip into old guy mode looking at these. How much plastic they use and how many parts there are. Plastic costs and shipping make our toys lighter and less complex all the time, but these have heft. And they're durable. Next time, we'll look at some of the play sets and visit some old friends on one of my favorite streets. Assuming anybody can tell me how to get there.